Hi everybody, I'm back today. It's been a while since I've been here. I'll do a video that kind of explains that a little bit, but I haven't talked to anybody here for about 5 to 6 months. But today it's cold outside. I needed something to do, so I thought I would just pop on here and I would give you a little insight into how I keep my home pretty much a zero waste home. So I just have 3 little tips here on how I use things, use them up to the best of my ability so that I am eliminating waste and saving money. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about today are these little K cups. Now, I know there's a lot of disagreement about K cups, whether or not you should use them for whatever reasons. The truth of the matter is, I probably would not have a Keurig machine if it had not been a gift to me. But my daughter gifted me with a Keurig a few years ago. I do not pay full price for Keurig cups. I only buy these when I find them on sale for a really good price. And to be honest, I am not like a big coffee drinker, so I may go for a few weeks to a month where I have a cup of coffee a day in the morning, especially in the winter when it's cold outside. Then I may go months to a year and not have any more. So for me, in my situation, a Keurig machine and K-Cups does suit my lifestyle. Basically, I keep it here because I have family members who may want a cup of coffee. It's just more affordable, really, for me to have K-Cups around that stay sealed and fresh for longer periods of time. Now, I do have the reusable K-Cup where you can put your own coffee in and fill it up, and I do use those as well. It just depends on what I'm getting for what price. But in order to not have the empties go to waste, this is what I do. I take the K-Cups, and then I take a butter knife and I just run that butter knife around the top after it's been used. I remove the foil off of the top, and then I take my empty collagen container, whatever container you have, and I dump the grounds in. And you can do tea or coffee, either one. I just stick my finger in because there is a paper liner in there, a paper filter. And I just tear that paper filter out and I drop it right down in the container with the grounds. Finish knocking the grounds out. Then I take these little cups, I wash them, and I use them for seed starting cups. They've already got a hole in the bottom. You can just put a little bit of your starter soil in here, put 1 or 2 seeds in there, perfect size. And then when you're ready to transfer those plants to a larger container, you just pull the whole plug out, transfer it into a little bit bigger pot. Okay, so that's all there is to it. You just only takes a few seconds and you wind up with all the starter pots you need. Saves money. You don't have to go out and buy any of the starter containers or anything. I wash them out and they work just fine. I have a whole stack of them that I keep in another plastic container. Now, once you get done with that, you have your plastic that's going to be no waste. Then you have your container that has your grounds and your paper in it. Now that paper filter is going to degrade very quickly. I take these out and I throw them either in flower beds, I throw them in garden soil, I put them in my raised beds, and then I just mix all of this in with my soil. Also works good around berry bushes. Okay, so that's basically zero waste. You do have the foil that's a waste unless you can come up with a way to use these. And quite frankly, if you've got trouble with mice getting in around pipes and so on, you can actually take your foil pieces and pack them in any little cracks and crevices you have where you may be having trouble with mice or rodents. They don't like to chew through foil, so it may slow them down for a while. There you go. That's zero waste on that. Another thing that I do when I crack my eggs, to use my eggs, I crack them and then I drop my eggshells right back down into my egg container. Then once I get these, a whole 18 count, or usually 18 count is what I buy. As soon as I get these used up, then I take and I crush the eggshells up. And those also go into garden soil, flower beds, or whatever. Plastic container that your eggs come in, I wash and I give to my daughter or someone else who has eggs or chickens and they need cartons for eggs. At one time I used to save them and use them for my own chicken eggs. Right now I don't have any chickens, so I pass them on to whoever I know is raising chickens. Now, if you don't want to put just crushed up eggshells in your garden, if you don't like the look of it or whatever, you can actually grind those up and make them more into a powder, and you can use them as a powdered fertilizer as well. I've had good luck doing it either way. These days I've just been crushing them up. Now, one good tip too, I know there are people, and at times I have trouble with the egg whites. I do have a sensitivity to the egg protein, so usually I can eat egg yolks just fine, but the egg white, different times I have trouble with that. Currently I've been able to use my whole eggs recently. If that's you, separate your eggs, eat your egg yolk. Do not throw the whites away. Just usually I keep a mug in my refrigerator where I separate my eggs. I drop the egg whites down into a baggie or a container, glass container, and I just collect the eggs until I get a substantial amount, and then I transfer that into a storage container, whether it's a bag, whether it's a glass jar or whatever, and then I will give those egg whites to a daughter or a friend, and what they do is they take the egg whites and they'll take for their family. Like I have, my youngest daughter has 5 children, so she can take like 6 eggs, add these egg whites to them, mix them up, and she's got more like 10 or 12 eggs with those added egg whites. So it gives her a little more protein in there, stretches her egg count for her large family. So zero waste there. Now, one thing is, you know, a lot of you use candles. Now, people have different complaints about candles. I know sometimes candles can release little toxins into the air. It's beside the point. If you're a person who uses candles, I don't always have them going, but I do like candles. I make sure I buy candles that are manufactured as clean as possible. But once you get your candle to this point, to where it is down to just a little bit of wax in the bottom, if you pull that wax out, you'll find it still has fragrance in it. And I just take a butter knife and I cut it crossways, and then I stick the butter knife in. And I pop the scraps of wax out, and you can still smell it. It's still got a really strong scent to it. So I will pop those out, and then I will take my wax melt and I will drop one of these into my wax melter, 1, 2, however many you need. So I just pop these into a container, and when I want a wax melt, I pull that wax out of my candle jar, or my candle jar stash. You know what I'm talking about. You get the pieces out of the bottom of your candle, pull that out, use it in my wax melt. Now, once I've used it in the wax melt, you notice you lose your scent. So it looks like this. And you still have a lot of wax, but no scent to it. So what I do is I pop it out of my wax melt bowl, and these go into a different container, and these I can melt down, add a little bit of essential oil to them, and reuse them as wax melts. You just either put them back into a candle jar with some essential oils and a wick, or you can rescent it and use it as wax melts again. So there you go. That's 3 little tips that I have as far as making no waste. I use the wax up till the wax is no longer there. And then my jars, I always wash my jars out. Now, if you clean them out really good, you're going to notice you have no scent left. And I use my jars as storage containers. You can also re-pour wax back in to make another candle if you want. Or once you get them clean, you can even store dry goods in them. So, and I generally, when I buy my candles, fragrance matters, but also how pretty the container is matters. I'll be right back. Back. Okay, so, I mean, how pretty are some of these jars? I mean, I pick out my candles on 2 things. I pick out how much luck I'm going to have reusing the containers and what fragrance it is. I mean, look at this. Is this not adorable? I bought this candle a few years ago at a Big Lots store. It was a Christmas candle. It's got a little reindeer on the top, but it also, these candle jars, they have good seals on them. They make fabulous containers. I use them to keep hair things in. I use them to keep extra spare change in. These big ones like this, I mean, you can take these stickers off, and a candle jar this big, you can literally get a whole stack of cookies in, put a bow on top, and give it away as a gift. And then the person not only receives those cookies, but they receive a beautiful glass storage container. So there you go. It's a lot easier to be waste-free than what you might think. These are just a couple of the things I do. Don't want to take too much of your time today. I know you're all busy. I know it's cold outside. You have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.